And hi, Moshe. Good to see you. We are now live on YouTube. Yay! And okay, so that means we can start almost, I think. Right? Hey, Cheryl. Woo! You're here. So let me show you myself. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. So there's a lot of conversation happening about like fake experts and engagement, which is what I'm about, and positioning. Everybody wants to be an expert. Everybody's like working on content. So I want to do a little experiment together with you right now. Okay, let's together, I mean, you can pause or just let the video play in the background, but let's together go into Google Chrome. So I'm gonna share my screen here, and I'm using incognito because all my awesome friends out there gonna have something to say about this experiment. So let's see if it works for everybody, right? Go to Chrome, go to incognito, whatever you want, and type Google plus expert. And let's see what is the first, what's the first result you see there? I see after the ads, you see usually there are ads, and then there's this little person here, I don't know, kind of weird name. But if you guys see that, let me know that you also got that result. And so what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to show up, right, as the expert. How will Google, hey Mia, woo, how to show up, and you see me, that is so awesome. How to show up as the first results for Google Plus, and we're going to break some myths, okay? We're going to talk about some things that people are usually kind of like, the overnight success that people are having after 10 years of working on something. So before I dive into it, and if you hear, feel free to click on it. And like I was saying in different videos, resist the temptation of like going like, oh my God, 87,000 followers. That's not important. Here's what's important, okay? We're going to talk about the 3 things that are important to position you as an expert in your niche. And the first one, my friends, is time. Mia knows that I've been on Google Plus since the beginning of time. So I think, Mia, what is it, 5 years now? 5-6 years, right? So this did not happen overnight. If anyone tells you that you can become an overnight success, just starting right now, if you put a bunch of content out there and if you put a lot of ads and all that stuff, that overnight success is gonna take some time to happen. Usually, 6 months, a year, really depending on how much time and effort and money you're putting into it. So you can either put money or time. And so what's important is to realize that nobody became an overnight success just like that. So there's a lot of time that's going to go into this. There are things that you can do. You can increase your time. Hey, Candy. You can increase your time by basically hiring a virtual assistant, and now rather than having 8 hours a day, you have 16 hours a day because they're doing the same work, but it's still gonna take some time. So that's the first thing that you need to remember. If you wanna become an expert, if you wanna show up on the first page of Google or anywhere, right? Like if someone researching you, time is a big element. So take a deep breath, not as fast as I'm talking, relax, and know that it's going to take some time, some work, and something, right? So the next thing that you need to have if you want to be positioned as an expert in your niche, and I guess let's see if you got that. Let's see. It's actually funny. So you need to be an expert in something, right? Like you actually need to have some expertise. You need to have some knowledge that people want to talk about and share, and that you can benefit them and improve their life with. You have to be good at something. So you can't really be an expert in your niche if you're not an expert. And there are so many people out there that, they read a book and now they're an expert, or they done something for a while, it didn't work for them. In theory, it's great, but they're not an expert. And sadly, with all the fake news and all the fake gurus and all the fake media and all the fake out there, and with Photoshop and filters and everything else, it's very easy to position yourself as an expert and not being an expert. So, hey Donald, hey Tarek, you're here. And Terry's here. Yay! So happy you guys are watching. So, you have to be an expert in something if you want to be positioned as the expert. Now, for me, when I became the G Plus Go-To Gal, that just happened by accident. I fell in love with the platform and I started geeking out. Me and Mia, me and David Armland, me and many other people on Google Plus, and we started sharing what we were finding and writing about it and talking about it. And so when people were asking questions about Google Plus, people referred them to me. They're like, hey, Ifat is in there and she's doing this all the time. And because people were talking about me being the G Plus Go-To Gal, that's how Google is now positioning me or writing me like Google Plus expert. It wasn't just me going around going like, I'm the expert, I'm the expert, I'm the expert, I'm the expert. You need your peers to agree that you actually know what you're talking about, like referrals. And so now that Google has changed their ranking algorithm and they are now positioning more based on conversations and intent and locality, how close you are in range to other people, and they know more about your habits and what you're interacting with, like your Gmail, your YouTube, and all that stuff, that becomes even more important. So if you want to become or be positioned as an expert in your niche, you do need to have other people talking about you. Donald says he's an expert beer drinker tonight. So, hey. And the last thing that you need in order to become positioned as an expert in your niche is this thing that I love so much: engagement. So this is more important than the number of followers. This is more important than email list size and how big your audience is and all that stuff. What's really, really, really important is engagement. And so when you're coming to someone's website or someone's social profile and you start looking at the number of followers, and I'm gonna just share my screen again here and just give you an example. So, Kawasaki. Now it's so hard because I don't want to be calling people out, but when you're looking at, like, let's say Guy's profile, right? And I'm in Google Plus because that's my favorite platform, but you can do it anywhere. You can do it in LinkedIn, you can do it in Facebook, you can do it on Twitter, anywhere you want. So you look at the number and you're going like, holy crap, 7 million followers. Wow, look at the guy's rich. Look how popular he is. Look how amazing he is. And Guy is wonderful. He's nice, he's smart, he's genuine, he's really, really good guy. But when you start scrolling down, right, and you start looking at the engagement number, like how many comments does a post get? How many +1, which is kind of like in Facebook, how many shares does it get, right? And you start noticing that on ratio-wise, right, there's not a lot. There's like no comments, a few plus ones, no comments, 1 share, a little bit of comments, 5 comments. So 7 million people and not much of engagement. So, and that's just, Guy, I'm just speaking of you. If you're watching this, I love you. I think you're awesome, but this is nothing. In comparison, Nayla Ray, which is one of the most amazing ladies on Google Plus. If you don't know her and if you're into fitness, go to Nayla. So she has 763,871 followers. But if you scroll down, all her posts, 186 comments, almost 1,000 +1s, 81 shares. Each one of them is like super, super, super engaged. And because of that engagement, she and David Amerland have a different fitness community that's over 1 million people there. So in terms of brand and reach and interest, she has carved herself a niche in the fitness industry that is very popular, very engaging, lots of shares, lots of conversations are happening about this. And so all her content is getting a lot more visibility, because not just because the number of the followers, but because of the engagement that she's getting on her posts. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope that breaks a little bit of myth, because if you really want to become or be positioned or be known as an expert in your niche, if you want Google to start referring to you as such, if you want people, which is more important than Google, right? You want people to say like, hey, who's the person I should call when I need blah, right? Susan says she's a motivational speaker and she needs tips and support around autism. Let's connect. Okay, so if you want people to be like, hey, I need a motivational speaker about autism, and everybody else you want them to say, call Susan. How do you get to that connection, right? You do it with engagement. Yes, you have some content out there, but if people don't know about you, and if they don't recommend, and if they don't interact, and if they don't know that you are the expert out there, then all that other busy work is just busy work. So it's Friday. I love that you joined me. I hope this is helpful. Ask me any questions about engagement. And lastly, I would love to invite you to join me on my new adventure where I'm actually teaching you how to engage with people, how to find the followers, all that stuff. So totally free to join. And just go to this website. It's called, audience-engagement-blueprint.com. And just go to this website and let me know about you. So this is I'm doing it a little differently than most people are doing it. Most people will take you to an opt-in page and then start sending you some emails and then a webinar and then start selling you stuff, right? So I am gonna do something completely different. I'm gonna show you actually what it's gonna be like. So when you come to this page, Audience Engagement Blueprint, you're gonna see my little video here, and it's gonna show you, like, give you a little bit more numbers, and I know we all love numbers. So it's gonna show you some numbers of what engagement can get you, and you can read all that stuff and just see how, how engagement is working, and read a little bit about me and all that stuff. But then when you join, when you enter your information into the early bird list, what it's going to take you to is this little thing. I'm going to show you. It's going to take you to a little questionnaire right there. And the reason why is because if I don't know anything about you, then how can we engage, right? Like, how can I help you? If I didn't know that Susan is a speaker, how would I be like, hey, Susan, this is what you need to do? It's not a funnel page, actually. It is an opt-in page, Donald. And it's done with WordPress. It is an opt-in page. So I will be totally transparent with all of you. You need 3 pieces of content if you want to build engagement and if you want to start making money with engagement. The first one is a squeeze page or an opt-in page, which is basically where I'm taking you right now. The first one, right? The second one is you need something that shows them what you're doing, whether it's a video explanation, whether it's a webinar, something that explains what results you're providing for people, right? So people that have that problem say, ooh, I want that result. And then the third one is actually a system for delivering that result. So for example, if I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, if I could, right? People will be like, go on keto. So if I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, right? And you started engaging with me on social media and you sent me to the first one, a squeeze page, and the squeeze page said, hey, let me give you some information of how you can lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Just enter your email so I know where to send it to you. And then I do, and then you show me how you do that, right? You have either pictures, articles, videos, game, whatever, some kind of mechanism that you're showing me that you can do this thing. And then the third thing is just give it to me, right? Here's my money. Show me how to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, right? So the 3 things of content, that's it. The rest of the time, what you need to be doing is engaging with people, going on their, hey Jackie, going on their own groups, going on their own profiles, going on their, interacting with them. And you can interact with them in person, face-to-face like this, and I can show you how to do that. You can interact with them in comments. You can interact with them in chat. The focus is on interaction, engagement. Don't be selling, right? Show that you add value first, and then the sales will come. So what I'm teaching you is exactly the same way that I'm doing it. There's nothing behind the scenes, okay? So if you're interested, if you want to, then go to audience-engagement-blueprint.com. I know it's a very, very, very long name, but I can put that in the comments as well. And after you join the early bird list, just let me know a little bit about yourself, like where you are, where you're starting out. Do you have a list? Do you not have a list? Are you a local business? You're not a local business? What you doing? And then we will start engaging. So I hope this was valuable. Thank you so much for joining me this Friday. Enjoy your beer, enjoy your coffee, drink some water, get some rest. And don't forget, Black Panther is coming out. So don't miss the movie. We have tickets for tomorrow. So I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions about engagements, put them here. I'll create more videos about that. Thanks.